Guys, so in today's video I am going to be doing my first spring nail set. It's so crazy, I'm filming this in July still. Like today is the 13th of July. It's the 13th of July and I am filming this for September. Like I have so many videos lining up. In fact, I just filmed the haul from the giveaway that I won. If you haven't watched that video, please go watch it. I'm gonna link it up in the cards right here. So without wasting any more time, I am going to be using these tips, or rather they full cover tips, but yeah, I just thought I should go short because I'm still in winter, so I struggle with long nails when I'm feeling cold because my fingertips would be cold and I just can't function with long nails, and it makes me understand why people can't function with long nails, but I'd keep them a bit short for me to be able to function. We just had snow a few days ago in South Africa. Like you can imagine how cold it is for us to have snow because we don't get snow in South Africa. So it was like, yeah, no, this year is really cold, honey. It's really cold. So I'm just gonna size out these nails and then I will go on with my spring nail set in winter. Wow, it is so crazy that I filmed this, did I say in June or was it July? But it's so crazy because I'm doing my voiceover on the 30th of August. I have quite a few videos lining up and I have been struggling, you guys. I have been struggling. I feel like I've been giving out content and it hasn't been quality content because I'm just like, voiceovers aren't my thing. I don't do voiceovers normally. I just speak through the video and it also makes it easier to edit. So now, because I've been going through so much, I would prefer to do my nails while I'm listening to an audiobook or a podcast and stuff because I hardly have time for things that I used to have time for when I used to work. So I quit my job earlier this year and I am an unemployed full-time student now, and the course is just so demanding of my time and I feel like I haven't been doing, like my schedule has been so different. So it's just like when I need silence, when I just need to be, when I'm in my zone, I just want to be in my zone. So it has been quite hard for me to film like videos, nail videos, while I actually speak in the videos and say what I'm doing or just, speak my thoughts while doing the videos. But it's crazy, guys. It's crazy. I think I have 7 upcoming videos that don't have any voiceovers, and now I'm actually forced to do this voiceover. So yeah, I've been going through a lot, guys. I've been within the books, but I tried different things within the past few videos. I did journal prompts and then I thought they were getting too personal, and then I tried Would You Rather, and I got a comment from Angelica saying that she enjoys the Would You Rather questions. And I think that's one of the reasons why I was holding back on actually editing the 7 videos that I have. I literally have 7 videos that are filmed and edited, but they don't have any voiceovers, including this one. So this is the first one. And I think it's a good thing that I didn't do any editing because I was just like, I don't know if my audience is gonna love that. I'm not really enjoying it, but getting feedback like this makes me want to do more of this, especially because I have realized that there have been people who have been participating as well, because I do encourage that you also answer the questions, because I'm also interested to know what you would rather, this or that, kind of thing. So I think that is much better than journal prompts, because journal prompts are meant for the journal and that's why they're personal. But yeah, I will be using this Would You Rather picture that I got from Pinterest as well. And I will go ahead and answer these questions too. Before I go ahead and do that, I would like you guys to please advise me on what to do. What do you think would work for this channel? I just feel like right now I'm just working on quantity versus quality, because I'm like, I'm not enjoying these videos. Would I be watching such videos if I was subscribed to me? Because I can feel myself derailing. And to some extent, it reminds me of Lucy what's her YouTube name? Acrylic Cure. I love Acrylic Cure so much. But the thing about her is I can watch her videos whether she is speaking in the video or not. And usually she just speaks in the beginning of the video, updating us about what's happening in her life. And then usually she's doing the voiceovers while she's in the car, or while she's packing, or, you know, doing something. And then for the rest of the video, it's just music, and then you just look at her work. And that's something I can do with her work. But I'm just like, is my work interesting enough for that? You know, I did a ASMR, yes. And then I remember most of the comments were like, no, we want you to speak in the video. You know, your voice is calming and stuff. And I really appreciate such feedback, because I'm just like, okay, this is interesting. But yeah, guys, it has been really hard. It has been really hard. Becoming a full-time student again is a lot. It's so demanding. I haven't done my nails in a month as I speak. Literally, I haven't done my nails in a month. Next week, I'm writing every week. I'm writing tests, assessments, and everything every week. And it's just so hard. So I haven't done my nails in a month. But thank goodness I had 7 videos, upcoming videos. But I still need to film for Halloween, because that's a season that I like to film for, because clearly my birthday is on Halloween. So yeah, I think I'm rambling. So let me get into the questions. So, would you rather shout all the time or whisper all the time? I think I'd rather whisper all the time. I like to think of myself as a discreet person, so I'd rather have my convos in discretion, like, than having everyone hear what I have to say. And I also feel like your voice burns out when you shout a lot. So yeah, crazy. You know, actually, now that I'm watching this video as I'm doing the voiceover, it reminds me of a time when I had these nails on. I remember I was in this class, and this lecturer, I was sitting in front because my eyesight is not optimal, you know, but you know, I wear glasses, so I prefer sitting in class, in front, in classes, in lecture rooms. And I was sitting in front like I always do in every lecture room, but it seems like with this lecture I'm just attracting attention from him, and it's not always positive. It's never positive, trust me, it's never positive. And I try to avoid him and sit at the back. And I was telling my friend about this. I'm like, you know, I try to avoid this guy and sit at the back, but it's affecting me because I can't see what's written on the board, or you know, stuff like that. So I'm just like, oh my god, this is just yeah. But so this lecturer, this is a mini story time before I carry on. This lecturer sees me with my nails. I had these nails on at the time, and this lecturer is like, he was lecturing, and then he stops right in front of me and he looks at me with disgust. Literally, he was like, oh my goodness, you take care of yourself. And I'm looking at him like, he's saying such a positive thing, but his face looks disgusted. And then I ask him, I'm like, why are you saying it like it's a bad thing? He's like, women like you are a liability. And I'm like, excuse me? And he's like, how do you expect me to marry a wife with such long nails? How will you do my washing? How will you do my laundry? I literally jammed, and I looked at him and I was like, is this guy serious? Is this guy serious? I wanted to respond and say, there are washing machines. First of all, how do you think I do my laundry? You know? And secondly, what makes you think I would want to get married to a guy who thinks like you? Like, why would I? Why? And why is it a problem for him when he's not even the one who is maintaining my self-care? I'm doing my, what is it with men that think like that? I really feel like South African men to some extent are really, really spoiled. They are really spoiled because you grow up in a household. If you have a sister, your sister is the one who's supposed to do the dishes, supposed to do this, do all the chores, and then you are treated like a king. And that's why when you get into a relationship, you want your mother, but you also don't want your mother. You want your mother because you want that person you're in a relationship with to do all the chores for you, to cook for you, to do your laundry, basically to do all the things that a maid would do for you. But also you don't want that person to reprimand you like your mother would. I'm like, what do you want in a person? Do you get into a relationship with a person because because you can't do your own chores, or because you love them, you want to spend the rest of your life with them? What is it at this point? Because I am just, this irks me. This is a conversation that I don't enjoy having. I'm just like, I don't like this. Many South African men I don't like because of that. I've dated outside of South Africa, and I've dated a Namibian guy, and he was so nice. I remember feeling like, because you know what, here's the culture. The culture, I feel like it's like this with South African men. You're supposed to bow down to them. You're supposed to, as a woman, you're supposed to worship the ground that they walk on. That's how I feel, basically. And you're like, as a woman, you are expected to treat him like a king, right? Make sure when the chair that he sits on is clean. Make sure that whatever, Whereas when I've dated people from outside South Africa, it was the opposite. The guy made sure that the door was open for me. The chair that I sit on is clean. I'm well fed. I'm okay. Whereas in South Africa, you have to make sure that your man eats. You have to make sure that when he comes back, his food is ready, it's warm, it's whatever. But I've realized how that is different with other guys. And I also dated a Nigerian man, and he was also he treated me like a princess. I literally understood what princess treatment meant with that guy. So it's not just Nigerian men. Like I said, my experience was with a Namibian man. Treated me really well, made sure I was well taken care of, I was well fed, everything was okay. Happy wife, happy life. I wasn't wife, but I'm just saying it was kind of like the quotes. When you have a happy girlfriend, you will have a happy life. But here it's like, make sure that your South African man is okay. Like, they are so spoiled and they're so childish. I'm sorry to say this or not, but I'm just like, I feel like they are so spoiled. They have a lot to say. They are very jealous. Especially when you're taken care of by someone who's outside of your country, like from outside, like a guy who's not South African, they will have a lot to say about that. They will have a lot to say about it because they can't provide what these men provide. I feel like it's so different. Like, cultures are so different. Other cultures teach their men to take care of their women, but here it's like these men want to be babied, but they also don't want to be babied. It's like they want to be babied and everything else, but they don't want to feel like babies. I'm like, how do you want to be babied when you won't feel like a baby? How do you want me to be doing all your chores? How do you want me to be, making your food all the time, washing your underwear, washing everything, but you don't want me to reprimand you? I'm not even saying it in a disrespectful way, but how am I supposed to, what's the word? Like, when you look at the Bible, when you speak about wives and husbands, I'm not even talking a girlfriend and boyfriend, but I haven't been married before, but I'm just saying, when you think about wives and husbands, the Bible does say that the wife has to submit to the husband, right? And the husband has to love his wife like God loved the church. But how am I supposed to submit to a person who has a mindset of a baby? Literally. How am I supposed to submit to that? When you look at a lot of marriages, a lot of the time it's the women that are keeping the household together. The man would be working, but all he's thinking about is booze, this, that. It's so rare to find South African men who are successful and are taking care of their family, because all they think about is themselves, impressing people in the streets, and forgetting that you have a household to take care of. You've got kids, you've got a wife, but your wife is the one who's paying the bond. Your wife is the one who's paying for the cars that you're driving to impress the girls outside, and these are the kind of things I'm just like, what have the South African nation done to the men? At this point, dating is so hard because I've experienced dating outside of South Africa, and the men outside of South Africa have set the bar so high. It's crazy. It's crazy. I'm just so irked when I think about dating. It just puts me off so quickly, because I'm just like, the first day that I see that, okay, fine, because I'm a nurturer, I'm a woman, obviously it's in my nature to nurture you. So if you're gonna come visit me at my place or whatever, and I make food for you, and then you're here, and the next thing you're always here because you're expecting me to take care of you like that, I'm like, sweetheart, you are not playing your part here. How is it that I am making sure that you're well fed when you're not even providing what I should feed you with? Make it make sense. How are you coming empty-handed all the time when I make sure that you always leave this place well fed, well taken care of? How is it that when I see you, I present myself in a way that I'm not necessarily impressing you, but I'm just saying, I look good because I want to feel good and I'll do good, but you don't even put in effort when you want to see, like, you won't even bath, you won't even take a shower. These are the kind of things that we go through as women, and it's so crazy. When you open your mouth, they will bash you. These South African boys, they will bash you. But anyway, I went on a tangent because of that, because of these nails, because it just reminded me of that lecturer who literally made that comment in front of the class. First of all, I didn't really appreciate that he said what he said in front of if he had a problem with my nails, he could have called me aside. But him calling me a liability in front of the whole class because I had these aren't even as long as I usually like my nails. If you've been here before, you know how long I can go with my nails. I literally wear longer nails. I did even say in the beginning of the video that I went a bit shorter because it was winter and I was struggling. It was like this year's winter was so cold. I was struggling to just function in general. So I needed nails that were manageable when my fingertips were frozen. And this was a manageable length for me. It was short. So for him to even make that comment, like, how would you want to get married to how would I have a wife with such long nails? How would she do my laundry? Excuse me? Oh, and don't get me wrong, I'm not a lazy girl. I'm not. These kind of things, I believe, are things that come naturally. Like me nurturing you, me making sure you're well fed, me making sure your laundry is done, me making sure that your space you stay in is clean, comes so easy to me when I'm loved right. And I've experienced that before. Literally, I don't have a problem with cooking for a man. For as long as he treats me right, he's the one who bought the groceries for me to cook this meal, and it's going to be cooked with love. You know what? The fact that if you go into a relationship thinking, what am I going to gain from this? Then you're already looking in the wrong direction, because that's why there's so many selfish people in relationships, because they get into the relationship thinking, how am I going to gain from this? How are you going to make me grow from this? And you're not thinking, how am I going to make you feel better? How am I going to help you grow in your life? And that's why it doesn't work, because you're already thinking about yourself and not about us as a unit. And if you think about us as a unit, then whatever matters to me should matter to you. It shouldn't be about what you will gain from this. And that's why you get a lot of resistant women who are just like, I'm not in this to be your mate. No, it will come naturally when you love her right. Trust me. Like, yeah, I didn't really appreciate his comments. I really didn't. Like, to this day, I still avoid him, but it seems like I just keep attracting his attention. And he just tends to speak to me and say things. I'm just like, this man shouldn't talk to me. Like, this man should just leave me alone at this point, you know? And it's an African man. It's a black man. I'm sad to say this, because I'm just like, why is it that it's always the black man that will try and bring a black woman down? But you expect a black woman to submit to you. But it's always the black man that will break a black woman down. Like, I've seen many posts, many women saying that black men really hate black women. And I believe it. You know, I tried not to believe it because I feel like I would attract such energies. But it's so hard when you get such treatment from black men. You're just like, why do you think that is attractive? Do you think that is attractive? And as an old man saying that, I'm really disappointed, because I would have expected you to know better. But anyway, that was a whole rant, and I wasn't planning to rant the whole video. I was planning to do a would you rather. So let me go on to the next one. We are close to the end of the video anyway, and the would you rather questions are not that much, so I think it works out. I hope I even get to the end. But the second one is, would you rather sneeze all the time or have hiccups all the time? I'd rather have hiccups all the time. They're both painful, but yeah, there was a day where I was sneezing the whole day, and that was so painful because my eyes were watery. And the reason for the sneezing all day was because I used tissue in the morning to blow my nose, and it was so bad. I think it was a low quality tissue, so all the lint were in my nose, and the whole day I was sneezing. Literally, my body was so tired of sneezing, because when you sneeze, your body literally, I can't explain it, like you squeeze. I don't want to say you squeeze yourself, but you literally contract. You have, compression. That's the best description I could have. But literally, it's the same feeling I had when I contracted COVID in 2021. I was coughing all the time, to a point where my body was so tired of coughing, because when you cough, your body contracts, So sneezing is the same thing, and I feel like that is so painful. And I think hiccups are also painful, but I don't know, because I've experienced sneezing all day, I'm just like, I'd rather have hiccups all the time. Would you rather own a private island or own a private jet? Oof, that's a hard one, because I like being on my own, and I would like to be on my own in a beautiful place. But I also would like to have my own form of transportation and not be, inconvenienced by anyone, and go anywhere that I want to go at my own time. I think I would rather own a private jet, so that I can go places, without being inconvenienced, without having to deal with people. Because you see what people do, like, I'm supposed to love people. I love people, but people, I'm very wary of them. Like, it's just, you could have a good mood right now and bump into someone, and then next thing you're like, I will not let this person dictate my mood right now. But to some extent, you're just like, oh, I just wish I never met that person, I just wish I hadn't bumped into that person, because I don't understand what is wrong with them. But I'd rather own a private jet. And then, would you rather speak to animals or speak every language? Man, this is a hard one, because I would love to speak to animals. I feel like animals are so orderly. Animals are so orderly. When you think about elephants and how they roam around, the men making sure, like, the whole family, the children will be in between. I think the mother in front, or the men at the back, or vice versa. Even with lions, they have the right idea of how this life thing should happen. Because I don't know where we lost it as humans. But anyway, I'm derailing again. I would rather speak every language, rather that. But I would also, to some extent, I would like to speak to animals. But like I said, I would rather speak every language, so that everywhere I go, I don't struggle with language. Live without music or live without TV? Oh, rather live without TV. I'm living without TV right now. TV is not my end all be all, literally. I'd rather live without TV. Music is life. Music has a way of speaking to me, changing my mood, especially when I need it. So I'd rather live without TV. Fulfill your biggest wish or resolve your biggest regret? No, I'd rather fulfill my biggest wish, because there are things that I would do in life, there are things that I may regret, but I can't change that, and I'd rather keep it that way, because these are the things that are lessons, and they teach me and they make me who I am right now. So I'd rather fulfill my biggest wish. That is more important than, resolving my biggest regrets. And then, would you rather read minds or see into the future? I think seeing into the future is scary. If the future doesn't look good, then it can be demotivating. And if the future looks great, then it may make me lose my mind. Like, I may be arrogant or whatever. I'm human, I'm not perfect. So I'd rather read into minds. That way I would spend my time a lot around people who are successful. That way I can read their minds, see how they think, imitate that and get there myself. So yeah, if you would like to participate in the questions, please leave your comments in the comment section down below. I'd like to read your answers to the questions. Right, so I am done with my nails. I am gonna go in with this She Glam cuticle oil from Shein, and I'm about to show you my final look right now. Excuse my crusty hands. I'm also gonna go in with this hand lotion that I got from Beauty Nails Uncut from the giveaway that I won from her. And this is the final look of the nails. What do you guys think? Do you guys feel that I could have improved this nail set in any way? If you have any ideas of how I could have improved this nail set, please let me know in the comment section down below. I accept all constructive criticism. If you've watched this far, please leave a yellow heart emoji to let me know. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Honey, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.